Hey guys, I'm sure we all remember Honorable Ned Stark's death in the 9th episode of the very first season of Game of Thrones by the name Baelor, which beside providing us the clear sign that this series is way different than any other, as we've learned that anyone can die at any moment, also was one of the most important episodes of the series, as it was one of numerous main events that led the Seven Kingdoms into a state of chaos, into a major civil war known as the War of the Five Kings. However, today I'm not going to talk about the War of the Five Kings, or about how unique Game of Thrones series is. Today I'm going to talk about the last words that Ned Stark was muttering to himself a moment before he was beheaded by Sir Ilyn with Ned's own Valyrian steel sword, words that could be of tremendous importance, but could also be nothing more than a prayer to the old gods in his dying moments. After rewatching this horrible scene numerous times, it reminds me a lot on a scene from season 6 finale, scene that took place in the Tower of Joy in which showrunners decided not to reveal Jon's true name, as the most important part of Lyanna's last wish that she entrusted to her brother Ned cannot be heard. In my opinion, both Ned's last words and Lyanna's last wish that she whispered into Ned's ear will be revealed in the upcoming seasons. Additionally, I think those two scenes, Ned's whispering to himself and Lyanna's whisper to her brother Ned, are connected, as I believe Ned's last words were, "I kept my promise." As most of you have probably already figured it out at this point, Ned whispering "I kept my promise" would match with Lyanna's last words, which were "promise me," which she said to her brother. Ned whispering to himself, "I kept my promise" would actually make a lot of sense, as Ned kept his promise that he gave to his dying sister, which was to protect her son whose father is Prince Rhaegar Targaryen. Ned protected Lyanna's son by keeping a secret to himself, with resolving to pass off his sister's son as his own bastard, and by deciding not to use his nephew's birth name, which Lyanna whispered to him a few moments before her death, but rather named him after his friend and mentor Jon Arryn, as Jon's true name is most probably Targaryen-style name that would have given away Jon's real parentage. With all of this being said, Ned muttering to himself "I kept my promise" most certainly is not beyond the realm of possibilities, and I'm sure most of you would agree. As I rewatched the already mentioned 9th episode of the first season, as I was rewatching Ned's last words that he muttered to himself, it really seems like Ned's last words were "Valar Morghulis," which beside meaning all men must die, wouldn't make any sense for Ned Stark to say it in his final moments, as it is a common greeting in Braavos, not in Winterfell, not in the North, not in Westeros. As much as it really looks like Ned is saying Valar Morghulis, and as much as Ned Stark saying a greeting in High Valyrian language that is common in Braavos sounds ridiculous, it might be a hidden hint that Ned Stark is actually alive, because if Ned truly said Valar Morghulis before his beheading, it might be some kind of proof that is going in favor to my theory that I brought you a few months ago. Basically, in that theory, the most honorable man in the Seven Kingdoms, Ned Stark, is actually alive this whole time, while the man beheaded by Sir Ilyn Payne on the steps of the Great Sept of Baelor was not actually Ned himself, but was rather the faceless man wearing Ned's face, while Syrio Forel was of the greatest importance, as in this theory not only that Syrio provided help to Ned, but has also taken the face that the faceless man who sacrificed his life for Ned's was having among few other, which is the face of a erratic criminal, Jagen Hagar. I know that big amount of you have already rejected this theory even before you've heard it, mostly because most of you don't believe that the faceless man can wear a face of someone that is alive, cannot create a face in order to portray someone else, but you might be wrong, as there was a scene that took place in the final episode of the 5th season, a scene in which Jagen Hagar wore Arya's face who was standing just beside him, a scene that might have confirmed that the faceless man assassins can wear a face of a person that is not dead, a person that is still alive, since they might be able to create a mask from other faces that could look just like the face of the person they want to portray. If you're interested in more details about this theory of mine, feel free to check out my previous videos, but be aware that this is a theory supported only with a few facts that are going in favor to this theory, which some are considering as a proofs and a hidden hints, while Ned's last words being Valar Morghulis would certainly increase possibility of this theory to come true. And as always, let me know your opinion about all of this. Do you think Ned's last words were "I kept my promise," or do you think Eddard's last words weren't even Eddard's, but were the last words of the faceless man whose last words were Valar Morghulis? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure to subscribe to our channel, and I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.